The snowstorm had turned Route 9 into a frozen graveyard of silence. Wind howled like wolves through the trees, and the only light came from a busted motel sign flickering red over the cracked parking lot. Sheriff Mateo Cruz wasn't supposed to be there. He was off duty, driving home from his sister's when he saw something out of place. Bare footprints in the snow, weaving toward the woods behind the Briar Motel. He followed them. That's where he found her. Half buried in snow behind a trash-filled dumpster, the girl looked dead. Her coat was torn, one shoe missing, her lips split open, fingers purple, and her back, broken in a way no one should have survived. But her eyes were open, bloodshot, piercing. She blinked once, then twice, then whispered, "Ana, Reyes." Mateo froze. That name, it hadn't been spoken in 3 years. Not since the bloodbath on the West Bridge. Not since the Reyes girl disappeared after killing a gang leader and torching half the docks. "She's dead," he whispered. The girl coughed, blood trickling from her lips. "No," she rasped, eyes locking with his. "She's back." Voiceover, Ana. "They always thought I was gone, but I wasn't buried. I was growing fangs." News broke within hours. The name Ana Reyes was trending across the state. Survivor identifies Reyes as attacker. Former gang princess still alive. The ghost of West Bridge returns. A grainy video plays on a conspiracy channel. A man's voice, distorted, says, "I saw her. In the churchyard. She's not what she used to be. Cold. Different." We cut to a dark apartment where an old TV plays old news footage from 2022, the West Bridge Massacre. The camera pans over a burning dock, screaming civilians, and one still image. A young Ana Reyes, in a blood-soaked dress, holding a knife. Anchor. 2022 Ana Reyes is presumed dead following the incident. Her body was never found. Now, a woman stays at that TV from a motel room. Her face is shrouded in shadow. She holds a pocket knife in one hand, a photograph in the other. 5 faces. One is already crossed out in black ink. She presses a button on an old recorder. ANA on tape. If you're hearing this, then it means the list has begun. She places the photograph back into a metal lunchbox and shuts it tight. Outside, Christmas lights blink from motel windows. It's December 14th, 11 days to Christmas, and Ana Reyes just came home. The city hadn't changed, but Ana had. She walked past the street where she'd once played hopscotch barefoot, now filled with needles and echoes. Her hoodie was pulled low, and her eyes scanned every alley like a predator. ANA, voiceover. They said you can never go home. But they never said what to do when home becomes a crime scene that forgot your name. She found the school after midnight. It was condemned now, boards across the windows, no trespassing signs faded. But Ana slipped through the side door like she had 100 times before. The smell of rot and chalk dust hit her. She walked the halls with quiet reverence. Her fingers brushed the lockers. Room 14, still locked. The place where it happened. But she wasn't here for nostalgia. She made her way to the basement, breaking through a rusted utility grate. Crawled under a staircase where the cement had cracked from years of frost. She began digging. 10 minutes in, her hand struck metal. A small box, painted green. Her old lunchbox. She opened it slowly. Inside were 5 Polaroids, a torn page from a journal, a blood-stained rosary, a photo of her mother, burnt at the edges, and taped inside the lid, a list of 5 names. Only one was crossed out, Marcus. ANA, whispering. 4 to go. Footsteps echoed above. She froze. A shadow moved across the stairwell. Ana slid the box into her backpack, pulled her switchblade, and vanished into the dark like smoke. Flashback. 4 years earlier, Ana, 15, sat at the back of room 14. Her hands trembled every time Mr. Valens walked past. He was charming to everyone else. But to her, he was death wrapped in a teacher's tie. That night, she stayed late. Extra help, he said. She knew better, but no one believed her. Not her counselor, not the principal, not her mother, high and gone most nights. Mr. Valens locked the door behind him. Valens, you need better grades. Anna, I can help you, but you have to help me. She froze. Anna, don't touch me. Valens, smiling. No one will believe you. Again. He reached for her. She stabbed him. It was quick, messy, unplanned. The blade was from her mother's kitchen, tucked in her backpack like a secret weapon. Blood sprayed the projector screen behind him. He stumbled, fell, twitched, stilled. Anna stood there, shaking, barefoot, crying, and smiling. She ran out into the snow, ran until her feet bled. She didn't stop until she reached the docks. That night, Anna Reyes died, and something else crawled into her skin. Present day, Anna sat on the rooftop of a tenement building, staring at the photo of Marcus. She remembered the last time she saw him. In her bed, whispers of escape plans, promises of protection. Then, betrayal. He'd given her up to Crow. They dragged her through glass and fire, cut her face so she'd remember who owned her, left her in the trunk of a car in the woods. But she hadn't died. Not really. A.N.A. voiceover. He said he loved me, and when I believed him, I got a knife in my back. So now I carry mine on the front. She turned the Polaroid over. Written on the back, the church. He prays now. Anna smiked. She opened the lunchbox again and laid the remaining 4 photos out in a row. Marcus, crossed out. Crow, red X. Valens, already dead. Sister Daria, cycled. Anna, lost. Wait. She stared. Her own face was the 5th photo. She picked it up, confused. On the back was written, "To finish the list, you must finish yourself." A sound behind her, a voice, still keeping souvenirs. She turned, fast, knife ready. It was Benny, her cousin. Grew up together. Thought he died with the rest of the family during the warehouse fire. He looked different now. Thinner, sharper, smelled like gasoline. Benny, they are all watching you, you know, even the dead ones. Anna, I don't scare easy. Benny, grinning, then you're not paying attention. He handed her a burner phone. Benny, Merry Christmas, Reyes. One call tonight, from someone you forgot to hate. She stayed at it. The screen lit up on its own. Unknown number. Incoming call. Ring, ring, ring. She didn't answer. Not yet. Anna walks through the snow-covered streets. The cold doesn't touch her anymore. As careless sing in the distance, she whispers to herself. It's not revenge. It's resurrection. Camera pulls back to reveal a nativity scene outside a church. The baby Jesus statue has been replaced with a blooded teddy bear. Anna walks past. The choir stops singing. The church bells toll once. Christmas is coming, and blood always comes before. The house looked like a Norman Rockwell painting, if Rockwell painted Night Maze. It was the same home Anna had broken into 3 nights ago. Abandoned, shattered windows, rat droppings in the fireplace. Except now, it wasn't. Christmas lights hung around the doorframe. A plastic reindeer stood on the lawn, decapitated. Inside, garlands curled around banisters, too fresh to be old. The radio was playing an old Nat King Cole tune. Anna stood in the doorway, knife drawn. A.N.A. voiceover. I didn't believe in ghosts, but I believed in patterns. And this was a message. She walked in slowly. The floorboards creaked with familiar weight. This was once her grandmother's house, before the fire, before Crow bought it for his projects. There was no one inside, no heat, but the decorations were pristine. Candy canes on hooks, a fake Santa in the corner. She turned and screamed. The Santa's eyes were bleeding. Red ink, at least. She hoped it was ink. streamed down its rubber face. The mouth opened mechanically and emitted a broken, glitched jingle. Musical note, he sees you when you're sleeping. Musical note. Her burner phone buzzed. Unknown caller. She answered this time. Distorted voice. Merry Christmas, Anna. Anna. Who is this? Voice. Do you like the decorations? I put them up just for you. Anna. Where are you? Voice. Behind you. She spun around. Nothing. Silence. Then the Santa collapsed to the floor, spilling stuffing and something else. Inside its suit pocket was a candy cane. Taped to it, a photo of Marcus, already dead. And behind it, scribbled in childlike handwriting. Next up, Father Marcus. The rural church sat at the edge of the woods, surrounded by silence and fresh snow. Anna parked a mile away, pulled a shawl over her head, and joined the crowd walking toward Sunday evening mass. Inside, warmth and hymns filled the air, the smell of incense, the hush of old women crossing themselves. And there he was, Marcus, clean-shaven, dressed in black priest's robes, Bible in hand, a cross at his throat. Anna's hands trembled. "Ana," voiceover. "He looks holy, but I remember the devil in his voice when he told Crow where to find me." She slipped into a pew at the back. He preached forgiveness that night, about wounds, about rising again. Anna watched, jaw clenched, hand resting on the pistol under her coat. After the sermon, people lined up to shake his hand. She waited until the church emptied. She approached. He looked up and froze. "Marcus. Anna. Anna. Father Marcus now. Huh? Do you confess to what you did, or is that reserved for the sheep?" Marcus whispers. "I thought you were dead." "Anna, you made show of it." He backed away, toward the altar. "Marcus, I was scared. They had leverage. I didn't know what Crow." "Ana," cutting in. "You sold me." She pulled the gun out slowly. No rush. This wasn't vengeance. This was justice. "Anna, I prayed that night. You know what God said." "Marcus, please." "Anna," he said, "do it yourself." She raised the gun, but didn't fire. Instead, she handed him a gift-wrapped box. Red ribbon. "Neat. Anna, open it on Christmas Eve. It's what you gave me." She turned and walked out. Marcus opened the box immediately. Inside was a noose and a photo of himself. December 18th. The church bell didn't ring that morning. Not on time. A young choir boy found Marcus in the bell tower, hanging, wrapped in red and green string lights. A bloody X painted on his forehead. Pinned to his chest, a Christmas card. "Merry Christmas. From Anna." News spread like wildfire. "Suicide or murder," the headline screamed. "Ghost of Anna Reyes strikes again." The city began locking its doors. Anna sat in a basement watching it all unfold on a dusty TV. She wasn't smiling. "Ana," voiceover. "I didn't kill Marcus. I gave him a choice. But some men can't face the mirror." She took out the list. Now 2 names crossed off. Crow. Sister Doria. One more. And then herself. She stayed at her own photo again, eyes full of rage. And something else. Fear. Anna found herself inside a crumbling apartment complex where she once lived in foster care. Room 6B. Empty now. She broke in easily, sat on the mattress left behind, lit a candle, and the mirror across the room started to crack. She approached it, slowly. Her reflection didn't move. She waved. The mirror didn't respond. Then, her mirrored self smirked. "Mirror Ana, you killed more than a man, Anna. You killed the girl you were." "Anna, shut up." "Mirror Ana, you think this list will fix you? You think fire can burn out what's inside you? Anna, you're not real." "Mirror Ana, I'm what's left." The mirror shattered on its own. No impact. No cause. Glass flew into her hands. Blood. She fell to the floor, sobbing, not from pain, from memory. Flashback. A younger Anna holding her baby brother in the middle of a fire, screaming, reaching, smoke swallowing the light. Crow pulling her from the wreckage, not to save her, but to own her. Back in the present, Anna stayed at the broken glass. ANA, voiceover. I killed the girl to survive, but the thing that took her place doesn't sleep. She crawled out of the apartment, into the snow, where a gift-wrapped box waited at the bottom of the stairs. Inside, a photo of Crow, and a note, his waiting. The docks at midnight were empty, on paper, but Anna knew better. She crept past rusted containers, avoiding the searchlights. The cold air stung, and the snow was falling again, heavier this time. She slipped into Warehouse 14, Crow's empire. Inside, crates of weapons, passports, drugs, and children's toys, a front for everything. She moved like a shadow, until, clap, 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 slow applause from the catwalk. Crow, from above. My little Reyes returns. Did you miss home? Spotlights burst on. Dozens of armed men appeared on the catwalks and ground floor. Anna didn't flinch. Crow, you were always the best. Pity you got sentimental. Anna, you trained me to kill. You never taught me how to forget. Crow, I didn't want you to forget. I wanted you to remember who you belong to. Anna, I remember. She threw something on the floor. Flashbang. Light. Noise. Screaming. Gunshots erupted. Anna vanished into the chaos. Anna leaps through the crates, firing clean headshots. She stabs a guard with her broken mirror shard, crawls under shipping containers to plant explosives, lights a fuse with her blooded hand. She reaches the exit. Crow grabs her, throws her against the wall. Crow, I made you. You owe me. ANA, breathing hard. You don't own ghosts. She headbutts him, slams a nail into his thigh, then runs. Outside, she watches as the building erupts in fire. But she knows it's not over. Crow doesn't die easy. As she turns to leave, a phone rings from the snow. She picks it up. Voice, female, soft. Anna, it's me. Anna, voice, your mother. Anna's legs buckle. ANA, whispers, you're dead. Voice, so were you. Anna drops the phone. Her hands are shaking. She looks down at her chest. Written in blood on her coat. Finish the list. Red hot hash. A massive iron fence wrapped around a mansion glowing with gold light and crystal chandeliers. Laughter spilled out through frosted windows. Christmas carols played softly inside. It looked like a winter fairy tale, except everyone in the mansion was supposed to be dead. ANA, voiceover. Crow never threw parties. He orchestrated performances. And tonight, I was the main act. Anna climbed the fence and slipped through a side window. Inside, everything was red and gold. Tables overflowing with meat. Champagne bottles chilling in ice buckets. Laughter rising, echoing, blurring. Then she saw them. Marcus, Mr. Valens, Benny, all alive, talking, laughing, eating. ANA, staggered whisper. No. Marcus raised his glass toward her, smiling warmly. Marcus, welcome home, Anna. She stumbled back, looked again. They were gone. In their place, stuffed mannequins dressed like them, still seated, posed mid-toast. Their painted eyes glistened with fresh tears, or glue. Crow entered behind her. Crow, told you I'd throw you a Christmas party, didn't I? Anna aimed her gun at his head. Crow, shoot me, and the game's end. But where's the fun in that? Anna, this isn't a game. Crow, no, it's a test. See, I want to know how far you'll go. How far you've already gone. He gestured to the mannequins. Crow, Do you even remember what's real anymore, Reyes? Anna backed away slowly. I wasn't sure, and that terrified me more than him. Anna ran. Out the back door, through the garden, into the hedge maze behind the estate. Snow started falling harder, visibility down to nothing. But the maze kept turning. Again and again. She passed the same cherub statue 4 times. Something was wrong. Anna, this isn't real. This isn't real. Then, whispers. Voices in the hedge. You killed him. You liked it. You think vengeance will bring you peace. Suddenly, she saw herself, again. A version of Anna, younger, wearing her childhood dress, smiling with dead eyes. Young Anna, you're not lost. You're home. Anna screamed and punched through the hedge, only to find herself standing on a street she hadn't seen in years. Her childhood block, perfectly preserved, lights blinking, neighbors caroling. She walked past them all, shaking. No one noticed her. At the end of the street stood her family's old house, the one that burned. She entered. Inside, warmth, her mother's voice, a Christmas tree, then fire. Flames erupted from every surface. She turned and ran, choking on smoke, and slammed into a wall. A real wall. Concrete. She wasn't on her street. She was back in the maze, bleeding, burnt, alone. ANA, voiceover. The trauma isn't behind me. It's the map I walk on. Anna found shelter in an old toy store downtown. Closed for years. Glass cracked. Dolls gathering dust in broken displays. She curled up near a heat lamp, shivering. Then she saw it. A snow globe, sitting on a shelf, untouched by time. She picked it up. Inside, a miniature replica of her old school. Room 14. Hallway lockers. Even the cracked stairs. And at the center of the snow globe. Ha! Mini Anna, beating on the inside of the glass. Screaming. ANA, whispers. No. She shook the globe. The little Anna began to bleed from the nose. So did Anna in real life. Blood trickled down her lips, matching perfectly. She dropped the globe. It didn't shatter. Instead, it began spinning on its own, the snow turning red. Suddenly, the room went black. Dolls on the shelves turned their heads toward her. One whispered, "Doll, tick-tock, Anna, you're running out of names." The globe burst. Blood sprayed across the shelves. Anna screamed. She awoke hours later, still in the store, snow globe gone, but in her pocket, a letter. The handwriting was unmistakable. Her mother's. The paper was yellowed, burned at the edges, written in smudged ink and something darker. Dried blood? Anna, I forgive you. I know you didn't mean for the fire to spread. I know you were trying to save us. But he won't forgive you. He never will. You have to end it, or he will end you. Love, Mom. Taped to the back of the letter was a photo of Mr. Valens, his face burned out, charred into skeletal fragments. Written below, December 22nd. That was tomorrow. Anna stayed at it, heart pounding. ANA, voiceover. I never told anyone about the fire, about how it started, how it was my candle, my hand, my guilt. Then came the knock. She opened the toy store door cautiously. It was Sister Daria, once a nun at the orphanage. Now older, harsher, eyes like stone. Daria, I knew you'd come back. Anna, are you real? Daria, does it matter? Anna stepped back, guarded. Anna, you were the one who covered up what Valens did. You told me to stay quiet. Daria, coldly, you were a dangerous girl even back then. And now look at you, painting Christmas in blood. Anna, I'm finishing the story you tried to bury. Daria, then hurry, because you're running out of pages. She handed Anna an old Ubik page. On it, 5 photos, 5 names. The last one, Anna Reyes, circled in red. Anna sat in the dark, The list spread out before her. All the others were dead. All the others had faced justice, or something like it. Only one name remained. Hyon. She picked up the photo of herself. On the back, a single word. Confess. The room began spinning. Her reflection again, this time not in a mirror, but in every surface. The TV screen, the snow globe shards, the glass of her watch, all whispering, confess, confess, confess. Anna began to cry. Anna, I didn't mean to. I was just a girl. The voice in her head was louder now. Her younger self, young Anna, in her mind. You killed us. You buried us in snow and fire. And you keep pretending it's revenge. But it's just fair. Anna, screaming. Then let me die already. Silence. Then, the sound of a door creaking opened behind her. Anna turned. A figure stepped into the light, wearing her red scarf. Her face, but smiling. Other Anna. That's the plan. December 24th, Christmas Eve. Anna stood before a mirror in an abandoned subway restroom, wrapping her ribs with tape. Her side bled from a gash she didn't remember getting. She slipped into a crimson dress, the same one she wore the night she escaped Crow's docks 3 years ago. Only now, it wasn't a symbol of terror. It was war paint. She smeared lipstick across her lips like a wound, blacked her eyes with liner, then opened her duffel bag. Inside, 2 Glocks, a detonator, several grenades, a suicide vest made of homemade explosives. She stayed at the red button. ANA, voiceover. This is how it ends. Not with mercy, not with justice, with a choice. She walked out into the snow. The Whitmore mansion gleamed in the distance, decked in gold and cheer. Inside, Crow was throwing a Christmas party. Laughter, champagne, choirs singing carols on a hired stage. Anna walked up the steps as guests in tuxedos and velvet gowns arrived behind her. The guards tried to stop her. Guard, invite only. She shot him in the leg and walked in. Gasps filled the foyer. She smiled politely. Anna, don't worry. I'm just here to return a gift. Crow raised his glass as Anna entered the ballroom. His expression didn't change. If anything, he looked amused. Crow, well, the prodigal girl arrives. In red. Anna pointed her gun at his head. Anna, you die tonight. Crow, smiling. We all do, eventually. She pressed the detonator remote to his chest. Then the lights went out. Total blackout. Screams. Gunfire. Glass shattering. A piano began playing in the dark. Soft, haunting. No one was near the keys. Candles flickered to life. The mansion pulsed with shadow. Anna moved through it like a ghost. One by one, Crow's men dropped. Silently, precisely. Flashbacks layered over each room. The dining room where she was beaten. The cellar where children screamed. The closet where her brother died in flames. Each space bled with memory. ANA, voiceover. I wasn't just erasing him. I was erasing myself. She reached the upper hall. Crow fled toward the study. Anna followed. Crow stumbled into the basement, once a wine cellar, now something else. A room of chains, metal chairs, soundproof walls. Anna walked in behind him, blood on her dress, knife in hand. Anna, this was your church, your choir of pain. Crow, panting. They followed me willingly. Anna, no, you broke them, like you broke me. She tied him to a chair. In front of him, a single speaker. She pressed play. It was the sound of Mr. Vallen's last moments, the screams she'd recorded from room 14. Anna, you trained me to kill, but you forgot what silence does to a girl. I filled it with fire. Crow tried to scream, but Anna taped his mouth. She turned up the volume. The screams echoed louder, louder. The walls shook. She turned and walked away. ANA, voiceover. The dead don't sing carols. They scream. And now, he'll never stop hearing them. As she left the mansion basement, the speaker volume reached a deafening crescendo. Crow wept in darkness. The mansion exploded behind her as Anna walked through the snow. Flames rose into the sky like a beacon. Police sirens screamed in the distance. Her hair blew wild in the wind. Her body dripped blood, smoke, ash. She collapsed onto her knees in the middle of the road, the detonator in her hand. Police cruisers pulled up, guns drawn. "Officer, put your hands up." Anna raised her arms. "Anna, Merry Christmas." They tackled her, dragged her through the snow, cuffed her. One of the officers pulled off her scarf, red wool, stained dark. He looked at her. She looked peaceful, like someone who finally finished writing a story. ANA, voiceover. They can arrest the ghost, but the story is already told. 1 week later, the mansion is rubble. Crow's empire has collapsed. Survivors talk in whispers. But Anna Reyes? Gone. She escaped during a prison transfer. No trail, no sightings, only rumors. The screen fades to static. Then, a young girl walks through a snowy park. She pauses near a snowman, notices something tied around its neck. A red scarf, the same one Anna wore. The girl looks around. No one's there. She takes the scarf and walks away. Then we hear Anna's voice, soft and ghost-like. ANA, voiceover. I was never meant to be saved, but I was meant to be heard. If you're reading this, if you're listening, be careful what you bury. Sometimes it comes back.